Hi, I'm Daniel Popa. Have you used a divider board? Now, I would not know exactly if that is what is called. Just a very simple board. You dropped in like a frame and you put it snug against your frames. And what is happening if you do use it? Let's say, and I will explain, you put a swarm in a box. The small is probably smaller than the box will hold that many frames or bees. So you're giving them 3, 4, 5 frames. But there's still space here unoccupied. You put the lid and you come back way later. Well, as the bees draw the comb and develop in a stronger colony, they need more space to build comb, to store, and for the queen to lay. Now let's say you don't put a divider board like that. You just leave it open like that. They have 3 frames they work on. I'll show you what's happening. This is a lid from another box, but similar, which hold a swarm inside. And I kind of delayed for a bit, and you would know a swarm builds quite fast. If it has the nectar flow, they build quite fast, or if you're feeding it. Now when you come back, you see this. They will hang the comb to the lid if there is a space unoccupied inside and if they need to do it. Now this comb had some nectar in it and I felt bad to throw it away. So what I've done, I cut the lid to this and placed a divider inside. My mistake was that I have not dropped a divider at the time I put the swarm in. So the bees, if you put a divider, the bees will be discouraged to come and build here, hanging on the ceiling, because in their mind is kind of, that's a different hive, that's a different space. Now I don't say that if you put a divider, they will never come here. Well, they will if you delay that long and they're exploding with population. And you should not keep a divider at there. If you need to expand, you put another one, another 2, until there is no more room for the divider in the box. Now, even if you have that space here with 1 frame, and you're not putting a divider, this is what's happening. They will start chewing into the wall of the polystyrene. This is not an extruded hard one. And they will start to build comb. Look at that engineering. Because they're building inside, they're getting stronger, and they need the comb to expand in the box. Now, in my case, I put a divider in after realizing that this has happened. And because this had a considerable amount of nectar, I didn't want to lose it. So I put this, I cut it to size, and I dropped it inside the box. Beyond, or the other side of the divider. What they've done, they will do the same, even if you give them a frame with uncapped honey, or even if it's capped and you scratch the cappings off and you put it the other side of the divider, guess what? They will rub all the honey from that side and transfer it the other side of the divider into their nest, if they need to. Now that is the mechanism. Of course, when I've gone back, this is all empty. They have transferred all of the nectar the other side. This is a principle, and I think a divider is a must-have. Every beekeeper should have dividers. I have quite few which I made. They are so important, and if we ignore it, then we have difficulties, we have trouble. That's all I wanted to say. Another thing I want to touch upon, I've made these boxes primarily for swarms. Not very successful. Yes, I had 1 or 2 swarms which have moved in the boxes, putting lemongrass in. But I must say this was not a bad season for me swarming wise. I had few swarms, but not as bad as last year. Last year I was not prepared. I did not have boxes, frames to give them. I did not reverse. Well, actually last year most of the beehives were on one depth overwintering. And if I judge just after 1 year of this kind of experience, having 2 full depth or maybe 8 frames, 10 frames, or even a 5 framer, but 2 of them boxes on top of each other, and reversing the boxes, the boxes on the bottom will be completely empty and clean by the very early spring. If you intervene then and you just reverse the boxes and put the empty one on top, will give them lots and lots of room to lay, and will kind of prevent or delay swarming. This was definitely what I saw this year. And of course, giving them supers or super when they need it, that helps a lot as well. I'm gonna end here and I'm gonna say God bless you.